What's going on, guys? Cody back with Cody's Random Vape Reviews. We're here today. We are going to be reviewing the WULF mod and the Hellhound atomizer. We just recently been checking this product out, man. This thing, it actually hits like a champ, man. It's a series box, very well built. It does have a voltage dial, as you can see on the side of it right here. Man, this thing, I haven't seen any problems with these things, man. They're completely USA made, so you definitely know they're going to work great. What do you think, Blake?
I think it's pretty cool. It's an unregulated series box, so you can have that full, not 8.4 volts because battery sag and the voltage under load is always going to be lower.
Right.
And because of the resistance inherent in the box itself. So it's an unregulated series box, but you can adjust what the voltage is using that thing right there. Because of that, you can make this thing hit like a parallel box if you want it to, about 4.2 volts at its lowest setting, or all the way up hitting like a series box at its max setting. So you kind of have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, we've played around with it for quite a while now, and definitely noticed that as long as you're staying within your amp loads, it doesn't work traditionally like a variable wattage device, where you can choose your wattage. However, that it acts on your voltage, it definitely does change. So at a full 8.4 volts, you're definitely going to be getting your max hit out of these things. And onto the box again. Let's see if I can get this little piece out right here without. I don't want to damage anything here. Just want to kind of give you guys a little image of the internals and the close up on this thing right here. Hopefully you guys can see that pretty well. This thing is really well built, man. With that PWM inside of it, it absolutely is it's phenomenal. Like I said, man, this thing is a brick.
Yeah.
So definitely not for people that want to carry around lightweight all day. This is definitely for your harder hitting mods, your heavier boxes and stuff like that out there. Full on copper internals on this thing. Never really, like I said, haven't had any problems with them at all. And they're very affordable too. These things are retailing on average for about 120 bucks, and that's with the box and the atomizer. And onto the atomizer, it's modeled after a Plumevale deck, but it's kind of got that Hellboy style cap on top, the square RDA cap, wide bore chuff here at the top, man.
And by modeled on a Plumevale deck, what he means is that it's a Plumevale deck.
Yes.
Got that right there. I'm sure everyone's seen this, and that right there, the hole going through the negative post. That's supposed to be extra airflow coming up from behind the coils, but the top cap does not have any corresponding holes. Just big ass airflow WULF. Which is not a bad thing at all. The Plumevale deck is amazing. It just means that you can use this if you already have a Plumevale. You can use the deck that you already have if you want to, or really, there's a multitude of options that you have with it being a Plumevale deck.
Personally, I'm not a fan of the Plumevale style decks whatsoever, just because when the Plumevale decks when they came out, they were all the rage. I remember when we first had them. I think everybody had a Plumevale.
One of the biggest selling RDAs we ever had. We still have them. We just have them marked down to a very low price, good entry RDA.
Oh yeah, and I think they're not bad. They're not badly built RDAs. It's just that there's so many things now that have already updated that have surpassed these things. And I think the main issue on it is that it still has the rounded insulator on the inside. And man, that was the main problem. If you started torquing down on this thing way too much, it would immediately melt that insulator, and you would have a problem. But other than that, I mean, it does perform extremely well. What I've noticed, you can't really fit your thicker gauges of wire through it. You can, however, get your... you can do 24 gauge, 26 gauge builds even. You could probably do your parallels because it is a T-post style deck on it. It is a copper deck, which I know some people out there have a problem with copper. Me, personally, it doesn't make a shit either way. But
I've had full copper RDAs from the deck. Everything except the insulators on the thing was copper.
Yeah, with no problem. But when this thing's fully assembled, man, I mean, it is just absolutely gorgeous, as you can see, man. In it.
Now, this build is our tester build. It's not made for this specific box.
Yeah, this isn't anything special. It's just a basic single coil build right here.
I think it's around 0.5.
I can tell you one thing about this atomizer. One thing I love. You might be able to find it useful on other decks. It might fit on other decks. Who knows?
Try it out.
One thing I will tell you is that airflow is not an issue whatsoever.
Yeah.
This is super amount of airflow. I don't know how well you guys can see that through and through, but
Yet it is adjustable.
yeah, it is adjustable on the chuff cap. The chuff cap is removable, and it does have a 510 adapter at the top of it. So if you want to use your regular wide bore drip tip or any type of standard drip tip that anybody else prefers, but
and the tip itself is keyed, so you don't have to worry
Yes.
about it just like spinning around, not getting the airflow adjustment moving. It's keyed in there, so whenever you spin it, it's grabbed on. It's like
Right.
Take the top off real quick.
yeah, it's let's see, there we go. Yeah, it's all keyed in there, so as you can see, it's not a full round shape or anything. But other than that, definitely a good buy if you're wanting to start getting into cloud chasing and everything. If you want to get into rebuildables, and still for an affordable price, I highly recommend this mod, guys.
Yeah. Especially, even if you're looking for a series box, you get this turned all the way up to like a series box. But if you would still want to use your tanks that you currently have, most of which cannot be run on series boxes without burning up the coils really quickly, you can do that. Just turn down the voltage and you can run your tanks on this mod.
Yeah, and the dial on this thing is super smooth, man. I'm not having any clicking problems or anything like that on it.
Yeah, if you got a thumbnail, works
Yeah,
very well.
use your thumbnail. You can use a screwdriver or anything you really want to use. Other than that, Blake, you got anything else to say about it?
It's a nice looking device. Now the design of the box itself is kind of based on the ADS-B box. As you can kind of see from just the design, like these three little things right here. If you've ever seen the CCI mechanical parallel box with the built-in voltmeter, then it's like the same style box as that, same size, only a lot heftier and a lot more solid because it's made out of solid metal.
Yep. Guys, definitely come check this product out. Check them out online. Check these guys out. Definitely a good buy out there. But other than that, guys, we're signing out. Peace.